on y'all. We're at the Ockyard today, taking a look around. Rocks. We'll get into all of it. This is all extremely large rough around here. There's a lot of Arizona material, which I do like, because we do focus a little bit on Arizona material here. Spirit stone, $5 a pound, wholesale, 20% off. I'm not entirely sure what this stuff is. If you know what it is, let me know. Because that looks almost like a travertine or maybe a calcite. I'm not for it. Sodalite, Namibia. I actually find sodalite can be a good lapis alternative for some people. Because I don't particularly like buying lapis anymore because of its support of the Taliban in Afghanistan. What do we got here? Porcelain jasper in Mexico, $5 a pound. Cherry Creek jasper, China. Just imagine the cost to ship all of this over here from China. I mean, like, I know that people do more than that, but still, it's rocks. They're heavy. Still a little, whatchamacallit. I think I'm not too big of a fan of rose quartz just because of the human cost of it. The mines in Madagascar are extremely dangerous. They claim multiple lives per year, is what I hear. And the miners are paid, so right now you're paying $3 a pound for this material in the US. Overseas they pay, like over in Madagascar, they're paying the miners 3 cents a kilo or something like that. Something ridiculous for this material. That is going for way more these days. Amethyst lace, Mexico, not Mexico. Pretty neat stuff. I know everyone has different opinions on petrified wood. I like it rough. I don't like cutting it because this stuff's kind of bland in terms of color, but like Arizona petrified wood is more colorful per se than other varieties. Indonesian's a little more colorful than that in some cases. But in my opinion, I like it rough. I just don't like cutting it because also a lot of Arizona material has a lot of fractures throughout the material that make it hard to cut. This definitely looks like some kind of scraps they threw out of the mine. That piece right there looks like you could probably nap that into a little arrowhead or something. Yeah, look at that. Definitely make a little arrowhead. So I do just flint napping on the side. Maybe if your folks are interested, I can do some videos on flint napping. I'm not too good at it, but I could definitely give it a try for some videos. But you see how it's you see that kind of fracture right there? That's called a concordal fracture. We'll look at some obsidian a little later, but that's what's called a concordal fracture right there. And that's when you're looking for material to nap, that's one of the best indicators that it is nappable. I don't know if that's really a word, but that kind of swirly break. Here's another example of how it looks kind of like almost like dished out right there. I have napped quartz in the past before. I do have a few of those points. Morning. Points that I could show off at some point. But for $16 a pound, this is not bad. Material for that. Hey, look at that. Look at this little cut piece. You could totally nap that. I might actually buy that to nap. So here we got some interesting stuff. I know, like some of this can be kind of controversial in our world, but this is, look at the coal. Yeah, gold. This is goldstone. It's a synthetic glass. I don't like it, honestly. I don't like it. crazy lace agate. This is one of those. This is one of those ones I'm not too familiar with, just because I haven't worked it the whole time. But I do know people that do like this. However, this stuff does have a lot of fractures in it. Crazy lace Laguna agates do have a lot of fractures in them. I used to work for Justin over at B2B Minerals here in Tucson, and he had a piece in his collection that was probably, oh, it was a slab that was probably good, like 10 by something or other, 10 by 8 or something like that, that had no fractures in it. And that was a collector's piece right there. Look at that pirate. This stuff almost reminds me of the Apache gold that comes out of at Jerome. Native copper in Mexico. That's interesting. That's the price per pound, $5 a pound. Should I try smelting this stuff? Malachite, small poundage, $8 a pound. So a lot of this stuff is in really rough kind of form. Here we got even bigger material right over here. Look at the size of this fluorite right here. I think that's a size 9 boot right there. I know, I have small feet. Here's some comparison petrified wood right here, and some more massive fluorites. Look at that. Look at these. This is some opal right here. Dendritic opal. Definitely cutting this stuff for the dendrites rather than just the opal quality, because they're not scientific. Is an opal, not really, but peanut obsidian. I better keep this away from the kid with a nut allergy. Was that dark? Was that dark? Look at this stuff. Look at all the fossils in this. Tiger's eye blue. So there's some controversy about tiger's eye. Some people said that it's a pseudomorph of what you call it, asbestos. I think there was a recent research paper done that said it's not. I'll put it in the description if you're interested in it. But I think it's concrete that it's not asbestos, but it is somehow related to it. Bruno. I've heard people napping this material as well, because if you can look at that, it's got that kind of waxy glass finish to it that I was talking about. Got the fracturing right. This almost looks like more like a flint to me, but I know there are people that argue all day about if it's a jasper, if it's an agate, if it's a jasp agate. Best leave that to people who are smarter than yourself. Alright, here we go. Here's some obsidian. I got some gold champs here from Mexico. So this is what I was talking about. See this patterning right here? That's called concordal fracturing. Really good sign for if knowing you can work something. That right there, not a bad cobble, in my opinion. When you are looking for material to nap, I do recommend staying away from places like this actually, and going to more places that specify in flint napping opposed to lapidary material. Because lapidary material doesn't tend to be as clean as the material that nappers use, or what nappers require. Because so maybe in this whole barrel of this whole drum, this drum is probably hundreds of pounds. Maybe there's 20 pounds of nappable material in this. A lot of the places that I like to shop for flint nap material go through the material and they pick and they grade out and clean out the material for you. And they also, in some places like gonapping.com, put a link in the description, spall it out for you. So you don't really have to do a lot of that work, like picking and choosing, because it can be kind of tedious sometimes. So that's just my hint. You can obviously get it here. It's going to be a little cheaper probably in this form than it is to go to those websites and buy it from them, because it does take a lot more. They do have to throw out a lot of the material because it's not napping quality. But if you're a more experienced napper, this is definitely a good place to get it, because you know the quality you're looking for. If you're unexperienced, go to a website, get it from there. Cotton candy marble. What's that? What do you think that is? Oh, that might be just a little cutting. I thought it was like or something. Moonlit copper. I'm not really seeing the copper. Maybe that's it. Right there, the gray. Yeah, there it is. Spirit stone. All good stuff around here. We'll look some slabs a little later too. Again, here we got so that's not right. Dendritic opal. You're definitely cutting this material for the dendrites, as opposed to an opal. Here's more of that peanut obsidian. I don't know if this is actual obsidian or what the deal is with this material. I've never heard of it before. That could definitely be napped too. It's sage from China. A lot of jaspers can be napped. Just depends on the purity of the stone, obviously. Because you want a really consistent, fine-grained material for napping, so that your hits can travel throughout the stone. When it comes to lap here, it doesn't matter too much, I guess. Here's that patch of gold I was talking about earlier. Kind of ugly stone, in my opinion. Got some polychrome. Definitely work this. Definitely very, very churty material. Very much reminds me of the Oregon material, like a what is it, Cripple Creek, and I forget the exact name of it. I got some Botswana agates. I might definitely get some of these. These things are cool. Just cut them open, polish them, and they got a lot of them too. You know, I wonder if they picked them up like this, or if they pre-polished them anyway. Okay. My button caught on the ball. $15 a pound. We got some tree agate. This looks very similar to moss agate. I think it might be similar. Look at that. That's actually kind of cool. $5 a pound, India. Snowflake Obsidian. You can't nap this material because of all the holes in it. Indian bloodstone. Should be getting this. I haven't seen a spray bottle in ages. There we go. Kind of. We got some moss. I think moss agate's a great alternative for diamonds and engagement rings, just if you like a more nature-inspired kind of look. I like that. I like it a lot. White quartz geodes from Morocco. Love these things as a kid. If it rattles, it's good. There's a towel inside. Hey, Deb. Yeah, some wild horse. A lot of people use this as a white turquoise kind of deal. See that right there. $32 a pound, not bad. I've seen this higher stuff in really higher qualities go for a lot more than that. I can't think of the price off the top of my head, but a lot more than that. Look how much famous here go everything this material. Southwest is known for right here. This is snow and sunrise. This material comes out of Mexico. So it's actually not bad. I might grab a whole bunch of this stuff, honestly. Because it is, once you slab this material, it becomes very expensive. Once you cab it, it becomes even more expensive. Pre-nights from Mali. I think people have gotten their fill of pre-nights, and so they're not really buying it anymore. I know Justin complained to that they should be. No one buys pre-nights anymore. Everyone's got their fill of them. Moonstone, India. More obsidian. This is from California. Mahogany obsidian, California. Although I like the Mexico stuff a little better than the California stuff.
These pieces. Well, that's interesting.
Yes.
However big.
So here we're looking at some slabs. Here's that Botswana agate slagged up. It's pretty cool. I like that. Here's that Sonoran. See what I was talking about? Once it gets slabs, it gets real expensive. once these raw material gets slabbed, even just processed a little bit, they become much more expensive. Like this Arizona Wild Horse is now, say that $30-ish a pound. It's not that. This is really interesting New Mexico material. Royal Imperial Jasper. When I first saw this, I thought it was like some kind of Idaho material or something or other. Did not think it was from Mexico. I thought someone was trying to press me, honestly. Kind of funny. We got some petalite. And we got a puppy too. Hey puppers. Oh, aren't you the cutest? Aren't you the cutest? Do you smell cat on me? Do you smell cat on me? Aren't you the cutest? My friend Dan Hood also collects his material out in BC. I don't know which one's better. Petrified peanut wood. That's false advertising because peanuts don't grow on trees. Copper rose, native copper from Michigan. $115 a pound. I don't know if that sheen is showing up. Oh, there it is. Yeah, look at that. Wow. That's cool. Montana agate, $60 a pound. Pretty cool. Mookat jasper from Australia. This kind of thing I have with slabs of like this for me. The slab is a little too thick. I think my ring is like a 8mm ring or something like that. Comparison to the thickness. I forget, but it needs to be a little thicker for my cabbing pleasure. Because when it gets too thin, you don't know what to do with it because you're trying to form a dome, and it's really hard to get the girdle on it too.
Walking around with that, so you got it. How do you have this disparity in price?
It's accidental pricing. It's not demand pricing, isn't it?
Well, we know people that have bought entire lots, took the best piece out for the stupid price.
Go check them out. The Rock Yard and Barslow Gems, located near Mineral City.